fingers on your sell them. And then if you found one that... 9-bit.
It's a lovely afternoon here in Sandy Hook, Connecticut. My name is Jordan Cameron for Pac-Man and Robin, and I'm speaking with the owner of the Sandy Hook Arcade Center. Good sir, might I ask your name?
Andy Clure.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Clure. Now, I've heard about the Sandy Hook Arcade Center. Could you tell us a bit more about it?
Sure. It's a completely free arcade that we set up for the Sandy Hook and Newtown kids here to come in and have fun and just put some smiles on their faces. We opened it back in February after the horrific tragedy from December. We were able to get terrific support from a lot of the gaming industry and a lot of local companies to help us modernize this space here and get it all kid and child proof safe. And we were able to have over 30 games here on free play, and the kids are just having a blast.
Oh, very nice. Now, what gave you the idea to open up an arcade?
I'm a private, I have my own private collection at my house and stuff, and I've always enjoyed the games, and I see the joy and enthusiasm it brings to not only my kids but all the friends that they always have over for parties and various events. And so with what happened in December and having young kids in the schools here in town, it affected both my wife and I a lot, and I just wanted to know that games were getting a bad rap, and they're not all bad.
Yes.
And so I wanted to show that and see that there's plenty of games that don't involve guns or violence, and kids can have fun and enjoy when I was their age, play games.
Oh, now I'm a bit of a young person, so I wasn't alive for the golden age of arcades, but I take it you were?
I certainly was, yes. Going to the arcades in the 80s was just a terrific pastime. Playing Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, I can remember it like it was yesterday.
I take it those were some of your favorites?
Donkey Kong is by far and away one of my favorites, yes.
I hear about Nintendo's doing some work to bring the franchise back, so hopefully they do a bit more. Now, personally, how would you say that this project has affected you?
It's really affected me in the sense of just seeing how there's really a lot of nice people out there that work at various companies that didn't know me from anything, and would pick up the phone, would call me back that same day or shoot an email back, and did whatever they could within their powers through their companies to help us get this thing up, and not only up, but to keep it going. We were originally going to do it for 3 months, from February through April, and we were able to keep it open all the way through Labor Day here, so almost 7 months.
Wow, it's very nice.
Yes. So just that, knowing that there's tremendous people out there, and they keep thanking me for having the opportunity to be able to do this, for their companies to be able to support something like this, not just sending a check monetarily, which is very nice too, but like a company like Stern Pinball or Raw Thrills, they have driving games or pinballs. They can't really, necessarily, how does that work with donating? And so giving them an opportunity to donate their product,
that's excellent.
And a facility for the kids to enjoy it, is great, and so they were happy, and I just couldn't thank them enough, because we have a lot of really nice and brand new stuff in here, as you can see, so it's neat.
So, have you had a favorite experience while running the Sandy Hook Arcade Center?
Okay, far enough. Favorite experience? There's too many to, tell. Just hearing the joy of the kids when they win a stuffed animal, winning a race at one of the driving games, getting the high score on the basketball game, making that difficult shot in skee ball. Those are probably some of the top moments. A really neat one was a girl, a fourth grader from the school, brought in a poem that she got an award for, I guess, at school, and it was written all about the Sandy Hook Arcade, how she really has a great, she waits every day to be able to have her parents bring her down here, and how she really enjoys it, and it's really a neat poem. So that's probably,
that's wonderful.
Things like that, and just seeing the kids,
yeah.
They come up and they'll give you a hug and just say thank you, and so just seeing the joy. Yeah.
It's nice to bring happiness into a community.
Exactly.
Now, if you had the choice, because I do understand that the time has come to shut the place down in a couple days, but if you had the option, would you open up a permanent arcade center?
Definitely, 100%. Seeing how the town has really responded, and there's a need for stuff like this from back when. I definitely would. If we've kept it. I did not advertise the place. We've only kept it through the paper in the town because it's free for town residents. Initially, the month of August, it's been free to everybody, but prior to that, out-of-town residents would just purchase tokens to play. And all the games were set on the driving games were set on 2 tokens, when normally that would be 8 tokens or 6 tokens, So everything was very low. But definitely, if somehow we could get some national help or some guys with some deeper pockets than myself, I would definitely lend a hand and be more than happy to do something like that.
Now, you say that you were a fan of arcades way back in the day.
Sure.
Do you feel that the arcade experience can be properly translated over to the modern day?
Definitely. I think this even though this is free, I definitely, a lot of these games can't be simulated on an Xbox or a PlayStation. We all have those at home, so instead of just, accept that is there, and so work in conjunction with it. Maybe have some games that you can earn special figures here that you can walk at home with. How now?
The idea.
Think of how simple a smartphone or a thumb drive is. That you could transfer stuff from your home, and the only way to get those extra levels or get extra guys is going to an arcade to win those guys and back home.
Now, okay.
Or just coming out and knowing that, like a driving game. Can you really simulate that at home? No. Yes, they've made little things. You can get against it, but they're expensive. A pinball machine, yes, there's really neat pinballs on your iPhone and iPad and stuff like that. But
nothing is like the real machine.
Correct. Nothing's like the real deal. A claw machine, how do you do that on a video game? And the joy of winning that stuffed animal. Basketball, skee ball. There's some traditional stuff. And then plus a lot of, people my age have kids as young. They want them to experience what we did as kids,
Yeah.
So, sure, I think, but, yeah, definitely. On its own, maybe not so much like in the day. We would need a pizza place or something, connected with it. But yeah, I definitely think so. And there's guys out there still making these things, and I think they would be happy to help with it.
Now, might I ask, are you particularly familiar with the independent gaming scene?
Not really, no.
Okay.
As far as people making their own little games, stuff like that, no.
Yeah, because just my idea was that perhaps because you say some part of what you want to do is have a unique experience here. Perhaps it would be nice if you had a couple of PCs set up with some controllers, because there are a lot of very arcadey, independently produced games. They're fun to play at home, but I think they'd be so much better in an arcade. So that might be something worth considering.
Sure. Yeah, where people could, like on a LAN system, where they could play against each other and stuff like that.
Local area network, that could work.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
But yes.
That would be a good idea. Have this in combination with a little area that's with PCs and stuff. Sure.
Yeah. Well, Andy, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Now, if you had one thing that you could share with the world that you've gained from working here at the Sandy Hook Arcade Center, what would it be?
You might have made a pause. I got to think about that one. I appreciate all the kind people that are out there and doing all the kind things to help us be able to accomplish something like this.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, thank you.
Maybe I'll see you. Have a good night.
All right. Just that there's a lot of great people in this world, and to not, to...
Don't get cynical?
Yeah, don't, Yeah, we all have tough days, but just to take a deep breath and enjoy, enjoy it. I don't want to get too crazy here in philosophy, but just, it's fun. It's neat. We need to look out for our kids and give them opportunities to do stuff, so that if they don't have opportunities like this, they're going to look to do the wrong thing,
Yes.
And so you give them some opportunities of, and I've showed sure, this is free, but you can have it where it doesn't have to be, it could be breaking even at a very minimal cost. It don't have to be crazy amounts,
Yeah.
And a community effort with volunteers and lots of families help. So that's a good question. I don't have a really great answer for you. I wish I did have a really good answer, but I'm just happy that I'm happy that I was given the opportunity to provide something like this.
It's been wonderful talking with you, Andy. This is Jordan Cameron for Black Man and Robin, signing off.
My bed